Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to discuss my 2-week experiment with carnivore. I'll tell you about my experience with the carnivore diet, how much weight I have lost, how I'm feeling, what I'm eating, and maybe my reasons for doing the diet. And also I'll put in there my age, my height, my original weight 2 weeks ago. And then I'll also put in typically where my weight is at. So check it out. I am 51 years old. I weigh 248 pounds as of 2 weeks ago. When I stepped on the scale, I couldn't believe it. My heart dropped. I was like, what happened? That scared me enough that I needed to take action. I have had some good luck on the paleo diet. I was considering doing the paleo diet again. I did that for about a year and a half, about a decade ago, and it's the best I've ever felt. And I've tried a few other diets too, Mediterranean, some things like that didn't quite fit for me. And then I heard a couple specialists or experts or whatever talking about the carnivore diet. And I thought, you know what? That might be a good fit for me. Let's talk about why. Number one, I need something kind of easy. Is that terrible? The idea of eating meat every day for some people might sound awful. For me, that sounds kind of great. I mean, we'll have to figure out the cost of it might be a concern, but I think I will be more than happy to eat steaks all day if I can afford it. That sounds pretty good to me. So I dove in 2 weeks ago. This is actually my 15th day today. So this morning I did my weigh-in, and in the last 2 weeks I have lost just about 10 pounds, maybe a tiny bit more than 10 pounds. Now I'm gonna assume quite a few of those pounds are from water weight. But I'm also thinking that several of those pounds are fat. And I'll try to show a picture here of before, and I did take a whole series of befores and afters. And the idea of this channel is to turn this into a series, help keep myself accountable, and also share my experience. I've loved going through YouTube and the other social medias and watching other people's experience and some of those befores and afters. And what I'm really after, the weight sounds great, losing some weight. But what I'd really love to be after is getting the feeling back in my body of yesterday. I want to feel like I'm 30 again. I'm 51. I don't want to feel 51 anymore. And sometimes I feel like I'm older than 51, and I don't like that at all. So I dove in, lost 10 pounds. The first 2 weeks of carnivore, to me personally, were very easy. I did not have a big flu that some people are talking about. I did not have super sugar cravings or anything like that, not even close. The things I've really enjoyed is cooking these steaks and doing that kind of thing. And I did have a little extra money set aside to help me out so that I could at least do 2 weeks of just whatever I wanted to eat, steaks or, and I've been doing the grass-fed and all that kind of good stuff. I won't be able to do that forever, but I did have enough money aside. But guess what? Most of that money I still have set aside. And the reason is that when you only buy steaks, right? And I'm not going to a steakhouse, buy them at the grocery store, take them home, cook it yourself. They're expensive, but it's the only thing you're buying, right? So I was buying everything from, I like non-alcoholic beer. I don't drink alcohol. I've been about 10, 11 years of no thank you to alcohol is what I'll call it. And so I buy the non-alcoholic beers. Those are super expensive. They really are. And so the last 2 weeks, I splurge and buy the steak, but you're literally not buying anything else. Now, maybe a little bit of sauces and stuff, and I'll dive into that. I do like A1 sauce with my steak. And is how perfectly am I in the carnivore? I'll dive into that. In fact, maybe I'll dive into that right now and kind of tell you about that experience. So I'm gonna give myself a A rating on following the carnivore diet. A rating, not an A+, I don't think an A-. And what I mean by that is most of what I put in my mouth has been in the carnivore diet. Butter, lots of butter. And I didn't think I would like butter as much as I do. I seem to love butter. I'm putting butter in my coffee. I like it in the morning. And I've found myself satiated. I'm a teacher. I should know this. I'm an elementary school teacher, teach 6th grade. Satiated with only 2 meals. I have been doing my first meal at about 11 o'clock in the morning or just whenever I feel like it. Yeah, let me back up one more step. I'm on vacation right now. I'm on winter break. I don't have school. I do have 3 kids, all under the age of 15 at home. So that's my primary responsibility while my wife is out working her tail off, and I get to have a little bit of fun with the kids. But we'll see how I do. I start back into the classroom in just a couple days, and I am fully confident I can follow this plan, but at the same time, it won't be as easy as it is. So let me go back. I've been having one meal about 11 o'clock in the late morning, and then I've been having a second meal around dinner time, whatever, 5 or 6 o'clock. I am not hungry. If I am hungry, I have a third meal. And I don't force myself to like starve or anything. No. I have been hungry very few times over the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna say basically not at all. I haven't been hungry. And just eating that much meat is fantastic. There's been a couple times where I kind of had to force myself to eat more because I could tell that I hadn't had enough. Sorry, I feel like my glasses are crooked or my eyes are crooked. I don't know which one, maybe both. So anyway, sometimes I have to kind of force myself to eat a little bit more just to carry over. But I'm an eater, so it's typically not a problem. I'm loving eating the steaks. I've been also making some like ground beef and things like that. Crock-pot has been huge. I had about a 6-day run where I just did a crock-pot every single morning and had shredded beef. I loved it, absolutely loved it. Kind of burnt out on it a little bit, so now I'm falling back over to steaks, but I'll get the crock-pot going again. And again, these are really easy. Crock-pot, like set it in the morning, forget it all day, go get it in the night. This is a pretty simple, easy way to eat, except if you're gonna fry your steaks in butter on the stove, you're gonna make a mess and your spouse is not gonna be happy with you as far as butter and fat going all over the place and that kind of thing. So let's dive more into, how about my reasons for doing this diet? So 51 years old, 6'1", typically have been very athletic throughout my whole life. I started running into some problems about 15 years ago with some joint problems, had to have a full hip replacement, pretty young for that. But I'm an ADHD kid, which means I was bouncing off the walls. So my parents put me in every sport, which I absolutely loved. And I still love to this day, except that I've torn up my body. So I have several joints that are kind of like not feeling great. And again, a full hip replacement. My left knee is lately been bothering me quite a bit more. And also a little bit of lower back pain once in a while. Also a little bit of upper back pain. I call it kind of my liver area, in the front and back of the liver area. And yes, I've been going to the doctor, making sure everything's safe and good to go on that. But anyway, that's kind of like the region. So the good news is over the last 2 weeks that I've done this diet, almost instantly, any of my aches and pains, I know this is ridiculous, but almost instantly went away. And I just got back right now from a walk. If you see I'm a little sweaty, I just got back from a walk with the dogs, which I do every night. I'll talk about my exercise a little bit more in just a minute too. And no knee pain, no lower back pain, no upper back pain, no aches and pains. I get in the ocean a lot, so I had some aches and pains of just how to run in with a rock in the ocean. Now that's just me being dumb. And a little bit of a shoulder problem for kind of overdoing it in the ocean a little bit. But again, that was on me. That's not the diet. So overall, I feel great. I have had like a fogginess in my brain over the last, I'm gonna call it 15 years. And that's another reason I wanted to do this diet, is that I see some people saying that this diet can kind of clear up some of that fogginess. I felt it almost instantly. Not 100%, but just in conversation sometimes and teaching sometimes, I feel like I lose my train of thought. I feel like I stumble over my words. I feel like I am less engaged than I should be. And I see a lot of people saying that, hey, this diet can help with that kind of thing. All right, this is getting pretty long-winded here. I see us getting up to 10, 11 minutes. So I'm gonna kind of wrap this up. Hey, if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, would help a ton. And please put a comment. Tell me I'm the worst YouTuber ever, or I'd really love if you gave me advice. Right now, I'm recording this on my phone. Is that okay? Right now, I do not have a microphone. Is it working okay for you guys? And again, I'd love for this to be a series and maybe do like weekly check-ins to start, maybe bi-weekly as we go. My goal is to do this at an absolute minimum of 30 days. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. And at least the first 2 weeks plus haven't been a problem at all. And more long-term, I see myself doing this for a year. And I know that's easy to say when you're only 15 days in, but this diet just kind of feels right to me. And I feel like it's the right time in my life to do it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, my friends, I'm going to see you soon, I hope. And again, let me know. Look, when I look up, can you see the ring light looking in my lights? I'm sure a couple of you are going to comment and be like, you're going to have to do something with your glasses or your ring light or whatever. All right, guys, hope you have a great day out there.